Hello, everyone. Just let me know whether my screen is visible and voice is clearly audible to you or not. Okay, thank you. So in earlier practical sessions, actually we have seen experiment number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that is verification and interpretation of truth table for various logic gates. Then we have seen the construction of half adder and full adder using XOR and gates and its verification also. And in third experiment, we have seen and verified the half and full adder full subtractor, okay? Half and full subtractor circuit. So in the same list of experiments, from the same list of experiments, again we will see couple of more experiments for today's discussion. So in today's discussion, we will see first experiment number 9. It is implementation of 4 1 and 1:4 demultiplexer. 4:1 multiplexer and 1:4 demultiplexer. Okay, that is experiment number 9. You can note it. So again, I will just tell you how to access these virtual labs one more time. I will go to the Google. So when you type VLabs in the Google, Then when you type VLabs, first site will be there, website www.vlab.co.in. You have to go to this particular link, and then the home page will appear for the virtual labs. Okay. Then by scrolling down, you will observe there are broad areas of virtual labs. So under these broad areas, you have to select on electronics and communication area. So when you click on electronics and communication area, then under that there will be different labs, okay, provided by or designed by different IITs. So we have to select digital electronics lab new. Okay, so in bracket it is mentioned new. Digital electronics lab new. It is designed by the IIT Roorkee. And then when you click on that particular lab, then you will get to know the introduction regarding digital electronics, objective, but we are interested in list of experiments. So when you click on list of experiments, total 12 experiments will be there. In our session, we have already seen the practical number, first, second, and third. Now we will see, for today's discussion, we will see the mux, demux, and we will also verify uh, the truth table for RS, JK, T, and D flip-flops. That is experiment number 6. You can note it down. We will discuss today experiment number 6 and experiment number 9. Okay. So we'll first go towards the experiment number 9. So when you click on experiment number 9, a window will appear, and its objective is implementation of 4:1 multiplexer and 1:4 demultiplexer. We already know multiplexer is known as data selector and demultiplexer nothing but data distributor. So there are again different tabs already mentioned here. AIM theory. You can read theory of demultiplexer and multiplexer circuit. So you can observe here it is a symbol of 4:1 multiplexer, and again this is the truth table of 4:1 multiplexer. Okay, so just for the sake of a revision, you can observe this is the symbol. So 4:1 multiplexer will have 4 inputs and 1 output. Okay. And which input will be switched to the output, it will be given by these select lines. That means which input is selected at the output, it is decided by these select lines. So S0 and S1. Okay. So the important point here is, and it is also one of the difference between what we have seen in the theory class and what it is there actually. So if you observe it carefully, then here S0 is taken as most significant bit. You can observe S0 here. S0 is most significant bit, and then S1. But in our theory class, what we have seen, S1 we have taken it as MSB, and then we have taken it as 0. Okay, so this is the difference. This difference is just for the indication purpose. Okay, and nothing will change because of this. But the only thing you need to take care that you need to write S0 first. Why? Because S0 is nothing but here it is taken as MSB, and S1 here it is taken as LSB. Okay, so just mark this particular difference, because in theory we have seen S1 is the MSB and S0 is LSB, but here in their lab they have taken it as in the reverse fashion. Okay, have you understood the difference? So once you understood, you can You know that since there are two select lines, so there will be four possible combinations: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Okay. Depending on which select lines are used here, your output will be that particular input line. So when both terminals, select lines, when these are 0, 0, then output will be D0. When S0 is 0, I'm discussing this case. When S0 is 0, S1 is 1, then the output will be D1. When S0 1, S1 is 0, then output will be D2. And finally, we will get D3. Okay. So just remember this difference. In theory, we have taken S1 as our MSB, but in practical here, for this particular app, it is considered that S0 is MSB. All right. You can read this particular theory. And this is again the second part of this lab. First part is multiplexer, 4:1 multiplexer, and second part is 1:4 demultiplexer. So again, you can observe here 1:4 demultiplexer symbol is given, or a block diagram. Again, here also same. S0 they have taken it as MSB, and S1 it is taken as LSB. Right? There will be only one input, and this particular input is present, or it is switched on which one of output, it is controlled by these select lines. Since there are four outputs, Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, out of these four outputs, the input will be switched on which output, it will decided by the select lines. Again, if you scroll down, then you can observe a truth table for 1:4 demultiplexer is also shown here. Okay, so it is actually theoretical aspect. So you can observe for first case, that is 0, 0, when the values of S0 and S1 are 0, 0, then Y0 will be acting like a input. Across Y0, you will get the input. Similarly, when S0 and S1 are 0, 1, then at Y1 you will get your input D. Okay. Similarly, at 1, 0, your Y2 output will emit it just like input D. And similarly, when S0 and S1 both are 1, 1, then Y3 will be your output, and its value will be equal to the value of your input D. Okay. So this is theoretical part actually. We have already seen this, but again we have taken it in form of revision. All right. So once you do that, once you are now comfortable with the theory portion, now you are ready to go the actual simulation. So again, there is a pre-test here. If you click on the pre-test, then few MCQs will be there. Okay. So try to solve these MCQs. First MCQ is the demultiplexer accepts fill in the blank input. So how many inputs will be there for demultiplexer? It will be always single. For demultiplexer, input will be single. One only. Yes, right. Then second MCQ is in a multiplexer, the selection of particular input line is controlled by The selection of particular input line is controlled by data controller, selected lines, logic gates, both data controller and selected lines.
Select lines.
Yes, select lines. Similarly, you have to solve second. Similarly, you can solve for the rest, and you can also submit. So here they will show you whether your answers are correct or wrong. Only for you are correct. Okay, you can do that. Then the procedure. So I will anyway explain you the procedure. But if you are having any doubt regarding the procedure after this session, then you can read these steps. So it is clearly and very nicely explained procedure. So first step is to connect the power supply. So one knob is there. You can see this knob. So 0 and 1. Okay, so one actually switch is there. So you have to press that switch. Okay. So this switch will be nothing but a power supply switch. So first thing you have to observe that your circuit should have power supply or it should be connected to power supply. Okay. Then press add button to add the basic state of your output state. Yes. You know that whenever you have to you have to save that particular reading, then you have to press on the add button and so on. Okay, so you can go through these particular steps. I will go to the simulation now. So when you click on the simulation, there will be two tabs here. One part is 4:1 multiplexer and second is 1:4 demultiplexer. Okay. So now I will go to the 4:1 multiplexer. Okay. So when you observe this particular screen, then there are few ICs mentioned here. Okay, you can read as X inverter. So basically this is inverter IC, not gate IC 7404. Then there is AND gate IC. So don't worry about the internal connections or internal complications. What we need to observe that you need to just observe the various switches which you have given. Okay, so first switch here you can observe here, it is a power switch. I'm just okay. So you need to first add this, you need to press this switch as 1. The value of this switch should be 1. Okay, so there is, I hope it is visible to you. Okay, so there is a 0 and 1, it is mentioned there. What you need to do? First, you need to power switch on 1. Okay, that means your circuit has been connected to the power source. Okay. All right. Now, if you further scroll down, then you can observe there are again few switches. So first two switches are S0 and S1, and then remaining are D0, D1, D2, D3. That means 4 input lines are there and 2 select lines are given. Okay. So out of these 2 select lines and 4 input lines, I will just here. So this is S0, this switch is S1, D0, D1, D2 and D3. Then if you observe carefully, there is one LED connected to each one of the input line. These are the LEDs. Okay, it is now in off state. These LEDs are in off state. Similar LEDs connected at the output. Okay, these LEDs are used to indicate whether our switch is on or off. Okay, so currently all LEDs are off. Okay, now we will see how to proceed. So what you want to observe here, again I am telling you, you don't have to worry about the ICs. Let's assume it is internal connection. Okay, just remember how your symbol look like. Since it is multiplexer, your symbol of multiplexer will be like this. Just remember the block diagram. So since it is 4:1, it will have 4 inputs and 1 out and 2 select lines. Okay, just don't worry about all these ICs. We will just assume that these are included in this block. So just focus on these 4 input lines and 2 select lines and 1 output line. Okay, we are interested in only these 7 pins. So again, what is the first step? First step is you have to connect this power switch. You have to make it on. Then once you do that, now we will take reading one by one. Okay, so now since select line S0 and S1, these switches are on currently now on 0 0. Okay, that means which one of these input is connected to the output now? The value of select lines are 0 0. Then which input should be connected to the output? Anyone? Both select inputs are 0 0. For 0 0, D0 should be connected to the output. Okay, now you have to observe this LED, D0 LED and this output LED. Currently both 0 0, both are off. Okay, now what I am doing, I am simply making this D0 1. Okay, so my output should be also 1. So let's see. Now I have made D0 as 1. So you can observe here it is red color LED has been, it is made on red color LED. I hope it is visible to you. Similarly, output is also glow. Output LED is also glow. So both LEDs have been now become on. Is it visible? The color of LEDs? Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, what I am doing, I am making this D0 as 0. So just observe what is happening here. So as soon as I make D0 0, then you can observe both LEDs are now in off state. Okay. Now if I do some changes in either D1, D2 or D3, there will not be any change at the output. Okay. So we will just verify whether it is possible or not. So I am making D1 1. So you can observe D1 is now on, D1 LED is 1, means it is on, but output is still off. Why output is still off? because currently your multiplexer has selected D0 only because selectors are 0, 0. Okay. So whether there is any change in D1, D2 or D3, it doesn't reflect on the output. Even there are few changes in the D1, D2, D3, that changes will not be reflected on the output. Why? Because currently which input has been selected? D0 input has been selected currently. Okay. So similarly, you can, but we have not taken. Okay, so I am again making S0, S1 by default. These are 0, 0. Okay, S0, S1 by default. These are 0, zeros. When you make D0 1, then output will be also 1. Now we need to add this on our truth table. We need to add this reading on our truth table. So I simply click on add. Okay, so observe here, this is our first reading. Both S0 and S1 are 0, 0. For that, our output was D0. Okay, D0 input was selected at the output, and hence the output value was 1. 1. Similarly, if I keep D0 on 0, then again you can observe is in off. Now let's go to next input. So now I am keeping S0 as 0, but now I'm making S1 as 1. Okay, so by this particular configuration, D1 will be selected. Input D1 will be selected. Okay, so I'm selecting that. S0 is by default 0, but I need to make this switch on for the S1. So I have done that. I have made this S1 on. Now again I am keeping this D1. Currently you can observe D1 LED is also LED. Now we need to observe LED and output LED because D1 is now selected. So currently both are off. Now I am making this D1 LED on. You can observe as soon as this D1 LED becomes on, output will also become on. Okay. Again, I will add this reading. You can observe for 0, 1, D1 is selected and output value is 1. Similarly, now third case. So now I'm selecting D2, right? So for that, select line S0 should be 1. This select line S0 should be 1 and S1 should be 0. Then only D0 will be selected. Okay, so I'm doing the necessary changes. So S0, now I am making it as 1 and S1, it is 0. So due to this, what happens? Now S0 is selected. So now I am making, just observe this D2 has been selected. Okay, so just observe this D2 LED and your output LED. So currently D2 is 0, so that's why your output you are getting D2 equals to 0. Okay, now I am making this D2 LED on, so you can observe here is this LED, output LED will become on. Again I will this reading. The third reading is S0 is 1, S1 is 0, output is selected as 2 and output value is as 1. Now final thing has been remaining. Okay. So now for final reading, both S0 and S1 should be 1, 1. Both S0 and S1 should be 1. Okay. So as soon as you made the corresponding changes here, you can observe the here D3 selected. Just observe this. Okay. That which input is selected, it is already mentioned here, depending on your configuration or your combination of S0 and S1. Okay. Now what I am doing, I am selecting S0, I am making it as 0, and S1 is also I am making it as 0. So just observe this circle. Currently D3 equals to 0, right? So as soon as I made some changes in S0, I am making both them 0, 0. Then you can observe now automatically it is showing which input is selected. Now D0 is selected. Okay. So from here also you can observe. So again for D3, now I have made S0 and S1 1, 1. So hence now D3 will be selected. So just observe this LED and this LED, output LED. Currently both are off. Now I am making this D3 LED on. So this red LED is nothing but D3 LED. Okay. It is showing the value of D3 as 1. When LED is on, its value is 1. So currently D3 is 1. So you can observe the output LED is also on. That means output is also 1. Okay. So again we will add this reading to our truth table. All right. You can observe for all 4 readings have been taken for different combinations for S0 and S1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Depending on the combinations, the output has been connected to the input D0, D1, D2 and D3. You can also take the print of this in the form of PDF. It will look like this. Okay. So this is regarding the first part of our first experiment. I hope you have understood it. If you are having any difficulty, then you can ask. You just zoom out it. Okay. Okay. I'm again. I will again explain it shortly. So what we had done actually. Yes, yes, I am repeating. So we are performing the practical of 4:1 multiplexer. Okay. So here different ICs have been used here for 4:1 multiplexer. And don't worry about these different ICs. Okay. We'll just focus on the terminals. We know for 4:1 mux, how many input lines will be there? Input lines will be 4, right? Input lines will be 4. Select lines will be 2 and output will be 1. So these 7 inputs you have to focus on. Okay. And again one more important, power switch. So always make sure that this power switch, this red switch is there. Okay, red switch. So this red switch can select 2 values, either 0 or 1. So always remember that this power switch should be always equals to 1. By default, let's assume that by default or by some reason, you have made this power switch as 0. Okay, then what will happen? Suppose S0 and S1 are now 0, 0, that means D0 has been selected. So you can observe here one window will appear. That means on the power switch. Okay, this power switch should be always 1. So I have made it 1. This power switch should be always 1. Okay. Now what we have to do, we already know the working of multiplexer. We know that the multiplexer is nothing but many inputs, one output. So this is output. One LED is also connected here. If that LED is on, that means your output is 1. If that LED is off, that means output is 0. Again, one line it is mentioned here, it will show you that which input is selected. Okay. Similarly, this is S0, S1, D0, D1, D2 and D3. So all these 6 switches and this one output LED you have to observe. You have to take the readings for different combinations of S0 and S1. First you will keep S0, S1 as 0, 0. Then you will observe whether your D0 output is selected or not. Okay, so we will see that. Now I am making S0 and S1 both as 0, 0. Okay, so what I have done, I have kept S0 equals to 0, S1 equals to 0. You can observe here at the output it is mentioned D0 equals to 0. That means currently D0 is selected at the output and C0 is at value 0 because its LED is off. That means D0 is 0. So output is also off. Now I am making this D0 as 1. So you can observe LED, this LED D0 LED has been glown. Similarly, this output LED is also made on. Okay, similarly you have to, and this reading can be at this particular reading. So in this way you have to perform this practical. It is actually very easy. So just follow the steps. It is already mentioned clearly. Follow the steps. Okay. Then the next is, one second. So we have performed 4:1 multiplexer. Similarly, you can try for the 1:4 demultiplexer. Okay. So now this is a demultiplexer circuit. Now again, we know that demultiplexer will have 1 input and 4 output and 2 select lines. Okay. So here you can observe this is nothing but data input. This is our input. Okay, it is our input. This is power supply. It should be always 1. And these two are select lines. It is S0. First switch is S0 and second switch is S1. Okay. Now what I am doing, I am making this, I am first connecting this power supply. So what you have to do, in order to connect this power supply, you have to make it on. So I have done that. Now I'm keeping this data into as 1, logic 1. So this data you can observe green LED has been on here. That means now currently what is our input? Our input is equals to 1 at logic 1. Okay. By default, select line S0 and S1 are 0, 0. So you can observe here, these 4 are the outputs, Y0, Y1, Y2 and Y3. Since we are performing now 1:4 demultiplexer. So for demultiplexer, it will have many inputs. That means 1 input only. That means 1 input will be there and 4 outputs will be there. Since it is 1:4 demultiplexer. So 4 outputs are nothing but Y0, Y1. Okay, these are 4 outputs, Y0, Y1, Y2 and Y3. So currently the value of S0 and S1, these are S0, S1. Okay. Currently the values of S0 and S1 are 0, 0. That means Y0 will be selected at the output. Okay. Now I am making this data input as 0. So you can observe, just observe this LED of Y0. It will also become off. When data become on, it will become on. When data become off, it will again become off. That means Y0 output is connected to input. Okay. And this control is given by these select lines. So basically these select lines will tell you which output is connected to input. Now let's take another example. Now I am making this S0 as 0. I am keeping S0 0 and S1 I am keeping it as 1. Okay, that means which in output will be now connected as 1. So now select S0 is 0 and S1 is 1. That means Y1 will be selected. This is our input. So I'm again making changes in the input and corresponding changes will reflect at the output Y1. You can observe both LEDs are on. If you make this data off or input off, then again both LEDs will be off. Corresponding reading again you have to add here. When you add here, you can observe it is serial number 1. Data is D. When select input are 0, 1, then Y0 is 0, Y1 is selected, right? Okay. Now I am selecting Y2. So you can observe. Since data is or data LED is, that is input LED is on and here Y2 is on. Then I am adding this variable. So to do this and you have to take readings for the all. Now S0 and S1 both are 1, 1. S0 and S1 both are 1, 1. So you can observe Y3 is selected. So this LED, output LED are both on. If I made this input LED off, then corresponding changes will reflect at Y3. Okay. So again you have to add this reading as well. So you can observe, we have already seen this truth table while discussing 1:4 demux. When S0 and S1 both are 1, 1, Y3 is selected. You can observe here this third reading. Y3 is nothing but it will be equals to input D. Okay. So again you have to perform this. Try to perform this practical. You can also take print from here. keep those print with you. Okay, don't forward it to me. I will ask you at the end, then you can send it to me, all the prints. Okay, all prints of the all the output. So currently just perform this and keep the print with you in the form of PDF, and whenever I will ask you about that particular submission, then you can submit it. Don't submit it now. I will tell you when to. Okay. So this is regarding the experiment first. Now we will see experiment number second. If you are having any problem or any query, you can ask me. We'll just wait here for a couple of minutes. Have you understood this? Okay. So this is this was our first experiment. This construction, sorry, it is experiment number 9. The experiment number 9, that is implementation of 4:1 multiplexer and 1:4 demultiplexer. Similarly, you can perform verification of the truth table of RS and JK flip-flop. Okay, that is experiment number 6. We will just take a quick review regarding this experiment number 6. So I will just click on the experiment number 6. Again, aim, theory, pretest, procedure, and simulations have we already given. You can go through them one by one. I will straightly move towards the simulation part. So in simulation part, you can observe 4 different flip-flops have been given: SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, JK, and T flip-flop. So let's get started with the SR flip-flop again. So when you observe this SR flip-flop, it will look like this. Now you have to, don't worry about this, whatever the circuit it is mentioned here. Okay. And if you observe carefully, then these are nothing but 4 NAND gates. And if you observe the circuit diagram of SR flip-flop, then again there will be also 4 NAND gates are there. Okay. So you have to verify this truth table with the circuit, with the table of NAND gate. Okay. Don't get confused. For SR flip-flop, we have seen the circuit diagram with NOR as well as circuit diagram with NAND. So since NAND gate have been used here, so 4 NAND gates have been used here. Remember, you have to verify this truth table with the truth table of SR flip-flop using NAND gate. Okay. All right. So again, here they have provided this switch is nothing but power switch. Again, you have to always make it 1. This power switch, so it should be always 1. Then is S terminal and R, S input and R input, and this one is clock. Okay, I will just write C here. So this is S, R, and C. So these three are the inputs, and on this slide, two outputs are there. It is Q and this LED. Two LEDs are there actually. Okay, so one LED is Q and second LED is Q bar. So whenever LEDs are off, that means its values are 0, and when LEDs become 1, that means, or LED becomes on, that means its values become 1. So again, first thing you have to do is you have to make power as on. So I am making this power equals to 1. You can observe as soon as I have done that, Q becomes 0 and Q bar becomes 1, because we know that Q and Q bar are always complements of each other, right? So now you have to just vary the inputs, and you have to observe what are the outputs. Okay, it's quite simple. All right. So we'll take few cases. So the first case is, since inputs are 2, and always make sure that clock is equals to 1. Clock should be also 1 always. What happens when clock is 0? Currently it is in 0 state. So we will see. So currently what are the values of this particular all three inputs? S is 0, R is also 0, and clock is also 0 here. I have not given it any value. So by default all switches are at 0. So I am simply making this as my first reading. So I am clicking on the add button here. So you can observe first reading it as clock equals to 0, S0, R0. There is Qn minus 1 is there. Qn minus 1 and Q bar n minus 1. Okay. So what is Qn minus 1 and Q bar n minus 1? So it is basically indicating previous state. And Q bar are the current state. Qn minus 1 is previous state, and Q bar n minus 1 is also previous state. Whereas Q and Q bar are the current state. You can observe there is no change. I'm keeping now I'm keeping this set as 1. Okay. So I make x equals to 1. And now I'm also keeping clock as 1. So set is 1, reset is 0, and clock is 1. So you can observe now my output has been set to 1. Okay, so Q has been now become 1 and Q becomes 0. So again I can add this reading. Corresponding diagram will be also, waveform will be also appearing here. Okay, different values, Q bar, Q, R, S is also mentioned here. You can observe that. Okay. Similarly, then next is I am now keeping R equals to 1 and S equals to 0. So when I do that, R equals to 1 and S equals to 0. And again, each time you have to give clock equals to 1. Each time you have to give clock equals to 1. I'm again making this note of this reading. So you can observe clock is 1. You have always required clock equals to 1. Okay. S is 0, R is 1. That means Q is 0 and Q bar is 1. In theory, we have not discussed these previous states. Okay. So just you can, if it is understandable to you, then you can take a note of it. Otherwise, just keep these two columns. Just observe or verify this Q and Q bar, whether it is matching with the theoretical truth table or not. Then final is both when S equals to 1 and R equals to 1. when S equals to 1 and R equals to 1, what will happen? I'm giving clock equals to 1. Then you can both outputs Q also off and Q is also off. Both LEDs are off. But you know that these two LEDs are nothing but complements of each other. So one should be on, but it is not happening. So that means when I add this reading, in the remark you can see it is showing it as invalid. Okay. So again, you can also observe here waveform has been, when you note these readings, different readings, then what happened? This waveform also getting generated simultaneously. Okay. So just try this D flip flop, JK flip flop, T flip flop. I've just taken SR flip flop, only one flip flop. And if you are having any query, then you can straightly move towards the procedure part. So just read that procedure, and once you do that, once you have verified all the truth table, then you can take a print of it, keep this PDF with you, and whenever I will ask you, you have to submit that PDF to me. Is it fine? Maybe few of you were having some confusion. It will be clear when you actually try to solve this or actually try to perform this experiment. Okay. So in this way, we will stop our today's discussion here. If you are having any query, then you can ask me. Otherwise, we will conclude today's session here. So what you have to do, to perform two experiments. Okay. So again, in this RS, JK, DT flip flops, I have taken only RS flip flop. Okay. Remaining three, you have to perform this experiment. Okay, I got one. IIT Roorkee, Kharagpur मध्ये करायचं. No, this lab is actually designed by IIT Roorkee. No, I will again tell you how to access this. So you have to select this particular Digital Electronics Lab New. Okay. Digital Electronics Lab New. It is IIT Roorkee. The same which we have already performed. We have already performed few practicals in this lab in the earlier session. Same lab you have to access. Okay. So when you click on this and you go on the list of experiments, then in this, on this list, which practicals we have seen? Practical number or experiment number 6, that is verify the truth table of RS, JK, D and T, and practical number 9, that is implementation of 4:1 mux and 1:4 demultiplexer. Okay. If you are having any doubt, then again we can discuss it in the next session as well. So don't worry about it. You can also contact me on the WhatsApp as well. Okay. So try to perform this. This way we will conclude our today's session here. So thank you.